my quilting friends. My name is Leah J, and this is a video for the Free Motion Quilting Project. Today we're stitching out a new design called Twisted Tendril. I kind of created this design while I was stitching a cute pumpkin design, and it just kind of came to me to twist up a wiggly line and play with kind of trying to make a ribbon effect. It came out really good, and everyone agreed that Twisted Tendril was the right name. So let's get on the machine and see how this works in free motion. So I'm getting started quilting Twisted Tendril, and you can already see the beautiful texture this design has within it. And how it's stitched is just simply starting with a wiggly, loopy line. So I'm going to loop around, and I'm going to kind of work into this corner area. And I end with just a small curve. I think that looks the best. Now, something that you might want to do is take a look at your loops and decide where the lines are going to kind of come together and travel stitch. So I know I want it to be around here and around here. And you might want to even mark it on your quilt because it can get a little, you can forget. I'll put it that way. And it can kind of become pretty messy. So now I know where I want to travel stitch. So first I'm going to echo. Then I'm going to come in, travel stitch in that spot, then swing out, back to an echo, travel stitch again, swing out to an echo, travel stitch just a bit. That's kind of what makes it look twisted, is these areas of travel stitching. And I'm just butting this right up against some Twisted Tendril I did before. So now I'm going to do that again, come out, then swing inward. Swing around. It's just very careful stitching. Coming in. It's kind of that swing in, that swing inward. You know, it's really nice to have that marked so that way you have it planned out and you know what you're doing. Now, what if I wanted to just build up one design? You could just bounce one area back and forth. If you wanted that area to be particularly built up and have a few more lines around it, you could easily do that, just bouncing back and forth between those two areas, and that's perfectly fine. Now, as far as branching out with this, I think it works really well as just a single line quilting through your space, but I played around with it, and I think the best way to branch off is from those areas of travel stitching, branch off with a new kind of loopy line shape and end with the subtle curve. I really think that's the best way to do it. And again, kind of figure out where you want your travel stitching. With this one, I think I'm going to come in and actually travel stitch here and then loop out. Kind of a different effect. Come in right there. Be careful about those loops. If you get in there too many times, the loops can really get built up. So let me show you how to fix that. For this one, I'm going to really swing out, give myself a lot more space, and I think that looks better. So those travel stitch lines can also allow you, they can be a place that allow you to kind of jump from one side of the design to the other. And if you ever feel like you've left maybe too much space within an area, go back in there and fill it up. No big deal. Seriously, don't worry about it. Here I'm going to stitch right through the middle of that area. I'm going to hit that travel stitching, and that travel stitching is going to allow me to get back to the outside. And actually, I'm going to swing out that way and finish off that little line. So from there, I would probably swing up one more time to get to the back end of this loop, and then branch off with another Twisted Tendril. And you can see just how fluid and freeform this is. I don't think it's necessarily going to work as a fill very well. You can see this is kind of random and all over the place, but stitched as a single wiggly line that you echo and do this kind of travel stitching and echoing mix, I think really that's the best balance. So that's it for Twisted Tendril. I really hope that you enjoyed learning this design with me today. I think it's going to work best when you stitch it kind of as like a little accent, you know, the little vine line on a pumpkin, or maybe a little ribboning around lettering, or even in the sashing of your quilt. I think there's a lot of uses for this design, so definitely play around with it, have some fun, and don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube videos here so that you don't miss out on any of the cool quilting videos coming out every week. Also, check out, if you're interested in more inspiration for free motion quilting, check out my book, 365 Free Motion Quilting Designs. This book comes with hundreds of quilting designs and beautiful photos so you can be inspired as you stitch. So check that out at leaday.com, and until next time, let's go quilt.